Hello, it's Andy Graham of the Ask Andy show. I've been to 90 plus countries and traveled for 16 plus years, and it just continues to go. It's 2014, and Willy G, I won't say his last name, it's a pretty good name though. Willy G asked, where have you been that the people dislike Americans the most? That's a tough question. I've never been to a country where the local people didn't like me, really. I've been in many a hostel full of Europeans, I call them Eurotrash, in Central and South America, sometimes in Asia, where, you know, they were basically so full of anti-American sentiments that it was no fun. Because, I mean, when George Bush was in office, it was trendy to sit there and complain about George Bush. So when you're sitting there in a hostel and you got a bunch of Eurotrash sitting there complaining about George Bush, it's no fun. And I was very happy to have President Obama become president, because they kind of stopped that. And they couldn't really complain about him because he's, you know, it would be almost racist, right? Hey, this is crazy. But I mean, you know, it basically diffused a lot of the complaints. Have I ever been in a country there where they didn't like me? I really think, you know, if you take the normal middle class of any country, they really don't hate any other country, and they don't love another country. They don't sit around and go crazy. But American is the dream country for most countries. Even when I was in Iraq, when I was in Turkey, when places where you hear that they do it, in Jordan, they all were very excited. When you say America, they like, their faces, America, you know, and because there's like this dream of freedom in the American dream. It's a nebulous kind of strange little dream, but it exists. There's a show called Air America with Mel Gibson, and where this, like, what is it, Vietnam generals just laying over there thinking about America. It's one of the best things. I need to download this and show you this. This is one of the most. He says he's addicted to the dream of America, and the whole world's drinking the Kool-Aid. They're all dreaming about coming to America. And for me to think of a country where they just don't like Americans. I wear an American flag in all my bags, just in a way, almost a test. What it does is it gets rid of the Euro trash. Anybody that wants to complain about your country is not a good person. It's just not polite to sit around and complain about another person's country. It's just tacky, bad form, as they say in the Brits. Like, the Brits abroad can really complain. I call them my mean older brother. But the Brits inside of Britain, hey, they treat me really nice. So Brits abroad have a really bad reputation. They're a bunch of hooligans sometimes. I mean, you know, it's like, you know, what are Germans walking around with, you know, rubber pants in Thailand or something? I mean, you guys, you know, our Germans inside the country are a lot different than Germans that leave. People that leave countries normally are the wanted, the unwanted, and the hermits. And they're leaving the country because they're angry at the country, and they want to go do something that they can't do in their own country. But as far as being in a country, I have been thinking about this this came in on, April 14th. What's today? 25th. So 10 days this is mulling around in my head. I don't know anywhere where they hate Americans, or they dislike. I can't even say one country is more than the other. I've been in a lot of Islamic countries: Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Jordan, Iraq, Turkey, Malaysia, Indonesia. And, you know, they dream about coming to America too. It's just not something you see. What I think the dislike, and let me zero in on this. If you see, you always have that one zealot, right, that wants to kill somebody that represents, I mean, the rich, super rich American multinational country they think that's coming in and telling them what to do. And really, most of this killing and all this dislike and stuff is really not, it's not really dislike as much as it's just jealousy. People are jealous that somebody else has something they don't have, and then they get angry. And if you turn around and gave them the country, gave them the same, they'd take it in a second. They're just jealous because they know it's not acceptable. It's not possible for them to do it. I will tell you a funny thing about Iraq, and I don't think you ever. When I was in Iraq, I go into Mosul or something. Somebody walks up to me and says, "When do I get my passport?" And I say, "Passport? What are you talking about?" And he says, and this happened like 5 or 6 times in Iraq. People say, "I want my passport. We've been conquered by America. We're now Americans. We want our passport." I go, okay, there was like a news blackout in Saddam stopped the interchange of news worldwide for about 25 years. And a lot of the stuff was basically, if you think about it, 200 years ago or 300 years ago, you conquer a country, that country becomes part of your thing. Look at Britain. They went all around the United Kingdom. They conquered the whole Commonwealth. United Kingdom is a bunch of countries conquered by the Brits, right? So they become British. Okay. They thought, there's people in Iraq that actually thought that they were going to get a passport issued by America because they were now part of America because they'd been conquered by America. And they were more than happy to get conquered by America. But you got to understand that they were very naive people and Saddam had stopped all real intelligence coming into the country. When I talked to these Mosul professors, they were talking about books that, like F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby. They didn't know. I said, "What do you think of the new books?" And they had no idea. I said, "We don't know any of the new books." They had studied. They were professors that studied English, because a lot of people in it's funny. A lot of people in Iraq spoke English. They spoke really good English. It's like Saddam made sure their people learned English. Weird. There's all these contradictions. Okay, but I don't know anywhere where they dislike them. If you go to a hotel and you're sitting in a hotel, you can surely get some wanker from some country that insults you. If you actually go inside the country and talk with the normal people, it's really hard to find. It's normally some rich person that's been denied a visa. I mean, I had a Russian woman just really rape me. Wanted me to pay a lot of money for a visa to Russia while I was in Mongolia. She ran a tourist company. The embassy works with the tourist company, with the tour company. You have to basically, you're supposed to have a hotel reservation for it. She says, "You're going to pay." And I go, "Why?" "Because your country turned me down for a visa." The real reason behind all this dislike and all this stuff is, it's really the root cause is jealousy and envy. Okay, and it's turned around, and you really got to, there's ways to avoid these things. I put a flag in my back because anybody that would walk up to me and complain about America, they say I don't like America. I said, "Well, why are you crazy enough to talk to me? If you don't like America, then don't talk to me. Be intelligent." Okay, but they're not. They really are looking for an argument, and a lot of Americans that travel abroad find it because they don't like America, because they left America because they had to pay too much IRS taxes or something, or they're wanted by the police. And they're blaming America for their problem. Okay.